Am I done? What do you think?
Yeah.
Ooh, I did it! There! Not that stupid. It's special clothing, let's see. We didn't have the...
Oh, no, I didn't do that one either.
Would you like to copy it, to make a copy of it?
I can print it, which...
You just copy it.
Okay.
Do you have a copy here?
Yeah.
Copies. Okay.
Do you want one as well?
Yes, please. How are you? I'm good. That's nice. I'm fine. Okay. I need to get rid of that. Do we have a small bin here?
Maybe not in maybe after. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's one here.
Oh, there's.
How studies going?
Good. It's getting close to exams now. So
I'm sure it's going good. You are smart girl.
thank you.
No, it's true. Okay. I like the way you hold your pen.
I've been told I hold it like weirdly.
No, it's not really like you grab it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's nice. That's good. Oh yes, I need to add some. How did he do that? He did that. Okay, one go, and add pages. Okay, voila. No, not here. Maybe put it here. Add pages. Add pages. Oh, I'm so good. Back to that one. Okay. Next time you would like to do which one? This one? And this one is?
This one is the
Cacais.
Yes.
Caca is a bad word in French. So you had only one week for vacation?
Yeah, only 1 week. Pretty intense. It's pretty intense here. We don't get half terms either, so we work the way through.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're strong guys. Really strong kids. Thank you, Nils.
Yours?
No, yeah. Shall we start?
Yeah.
Oh God, we were sharing already. I should have started. Okay. Okay, let's start. Last one. So, who would like to read? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Would you like to start?
Boo is the chief executive officer of SC, which is a public limited company. She has just left a board meeting with other directors. They are discussing the two growth strategies which Boo has recently proposed. After several years of failing profits, SC has managed to reverse this trend by cutting production costs, and increasing sales over the last 12 months. Boo now thinks that the economic and market environment is right for SC's expansion. Product range, SC makes a very large range of specialist clothing for work and leisure. Examples of its range, all brand with the SC logo, include protective work clothing such as heavy-duty jackets, trousers for construction workers. Work clothing was SC's initial product when the company was set up 35 years ago, but the company has now diversified. Lightweight leisure clothing for people who enjoy walking and cycling. Ski clothing such as waterproof trousers and jackets to protect skiers and help keep them warm in very cold weather. New material opportunities. SC has recently purchased the patent and all manufacturing rights to an innovative new material that can be used for clothing. The material is called Vertex. The innovators of the synthetic material claim that it is very lightweight, completely waterproof and windproof. It is also breathable. This helps prevent the user from getting too hot when walking or running. It can be washed easily and dries very quickly. SC's marketing department is very excited about the opportunities Vertex will offer to SC. We can design and make a highly original range of clothing that can be worn by leisure customers for use in hot and cold climates, said Jim, the marketing director, to his fellow directors. We will need to differentiate these innovative products very carefully through our marketing plan. Potential consumers must not confuse these new products with our existing SC products. And it must also be made clear that our competitors have no materials quite like Vertex. We should consider an impressive brand name for clothing made from Vertex. Jen produced some marketing data about SC's existing range of leisure clothing and SC's nearest competitor for the board to consider. The data is shown in Appendix 1.
Would you like to read?
Okay. Operational changes. Some lean production principles have been incorporated into SC's operations in recent years. The operations director has followed the following approaches. That's the development and production of new clothing designs, so they beat to the market before competitors' similar designs. Total quality management. Just-in-time management of materials and finished clothing inventories. These changes have caused some problems with employees and their trade union representatives. One union official complained that the human resources manager in SC's largest factory in Asia, we always hear about the need for worker flexibility, retraining and increased productivity, but nothing is ever offered in return. I oppose further introduction of lean production approaches until workers can see the benefits too. Selecting a new human resource manager. The HR manager of SC's largest factory in Asia has found a better paid job at a larger clothing manufacturer in the USA. Bo, who and the operations director have a shortlist of 2 people for this vacant post. There are details given in Appendix 2. Should production be outsourced? Ski clothing is subject to seasonal fluctuations in demand. SC's manufactures all of its own ski clothes in its largest factory in Asia, which also makes SC's leisure clothing. Demand for leisure clothing increased significantly last year, and Bo was worried that his factory will approach 100% capacity during the months when ski clothing production is at its highest. Bo has asked the operations director to investigate the implications of outsourcing the production of all SC ski clothing in South American manufacturer called PSK. The business has offered to produce identical ski clothing for a cost to SC of $35 per unit. The operations director has produced that data shown in Table 1 to help him identify the implications of outsourcing. Low dividend worry investors. SC has cut dividends to shareholders for each of the last 4 years. Although the board is planning a small increase in 2016, this will still leave the dividend share lower than it was in 2011. SC's share price has fallen since 2010, at the time when average share prices have risen. In 2016, SC's finance director tried to boost recorded profits by changing depreciation methods, revaluing intangible assets, and by recording revenue from sales before contracts have been signed. These measures were criticised in financial newspapers. Strategic options. So those two strategic options for future growth of SC are very different. SC currently sells all of its clothing to country X through retailers such as supermarkets, whose first option is to cancel most of these contracts and sell almost exclusively online. This would potentially give SC a high profit margin, but there would be cost involved too. The second option is to start selling the SC clothing ranges in countrywide for the first time. Who has provided the directors with information to help in making decisions? To help in making this decision, including the data shown in Appendix 3.
Okay, perfect. We do have some data, okay? 3 appendix and 2 tables. And then we start with the questions. Analyze the benefit of SC of lean production. What do you know about lean production?
Isn't it kind of quite closely linked to Kaizen?
Yes, lean production have been invented actually in Japan, okay? It's that. So can you develop it a little bit more?
So Kaizen is like always improving.
That's always in Kaizen is always improving, but Muda and Mira is something to not to manage waste, to reduce waste. So lean production, can you develop it? If you want to reduce waste, what would you do?
Well, for lean production for clothing, maybe the residue water when producing. So all of the scrap material, there's less scrap material left.
Yes, definitely.
At the end, then there's less. They use less water to start off with.
Not only water, everything,
Yeah.
raw materials, even the raw materials, even for example, the fabrics, they would reduce them. And okay, I prepared something for you. Can you read it, please, one of you? Lean production.
Lean manufacturing or lean production often simply lean is a systematic method for waste minimalization, MUDA, within a manufacturing system without sacrificing productivity. Lean also takes into account waste created throughout overburden, Murray, and waste created throughout unevenness in workloads, Mura. Lean production is an approach to management that focuses on cutting out waste whilst ensuring quality.
So, what is lean production? Can you rephrase it without reading? So first,
it cuts out all waste.
Reduces waste. So you also, without reducing productivity. So yeah. What's it minimizing? Resources. Okay.
And creating unevenness in the work. So.
Exactly, yeah. Yes. Okay. So creating what?
Evenness in the workload.
And evenness. Of what?
Of work.
Of productivity.
Yeah.
What else? So, like you said, Kaizen is one of them. What else? Kaizen is what?
It's the process of always improving.
Always improving what they are doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so learning from the experience. Okay, learning and improving. From experience. What else?
Could it be just-in-time management?
Yes, for example, just-in-time, Mora, there is all those have been created in automotive, like Honda, okay, they wanted to minimize the waste, manage the time, reduce the level of stocks. Okay, so this is why they created just-in-time. Would you like to read about it?
Just-in-time?
No, the Kaizen and then the methodology, how those lean management have been created in Japan.
Yeah.
And all the others, like in Germany, in America, they adopted the same manufacturing methods that would reduce all waste, elevate the productivity, you manage better your level of stocks. So there is a better managing, and there is also a tools for managing your inventory and your stock. And there's different methods of. They created a lot of methods to make an inventory, a precise inventory, just-in-time inventory of their stocks, and they even tried to rely on the labor to make them more working more. Being more productive without wasting time. So they have been really focused, but sometimes people are saying that it's inhuman to treat them to use lean production with employees, because sometimes they need to breathe and there is no time to lose sometimes. Okay, so they are just really focused on productivity, less waste and less. Okay, so this is what lean management. Do you think that lean management would profit SC? What do you think?
Not sure.
Yes.
So considering that they have been reducing, they have reduced. After they've had falling profits over the past several years. I can't keep a train of thought.
You know that.
Yeah.
What the question is analyzing the benefits to SC of lean production. So what lean production, I've said to you that it's reducing waste and augmenting the productivity and managing better, learning from their experience. Do you think that would benefit the SC?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, but why? And how? That would definitely benefit them, okay? But how?
It could benefit them as in it could cut their costs.
Bravo, bravo. First, reducing waste. So reducing waste, so cutting costs. Cutting cost of waste. Okay. What else? Yes. Present. Increase. Kaizen. Also Kaizen is
Productivity.
Bravo! Efficiency, productivity, rise, productivity. We said it, but we just need a lot of rise. Productivity. If you rise productivity, you rise what?
Profit. Stability.
Profitability. Efficiency. Mm-hmm. And you said earlier, just in time. If you do it in just in time, what do you reduce?
Stock.
Exactly. Reduce level of stock. And if you reduce level of stock, what do you have? You don't need big storage. Okay. So 4, reduce level of stock. Or better manage stocks. Where are you from, Niels?
Sweden.
What is the most famous company in Sweden?
Maybe Absolute Vodka.
I don't know this one, but IKEA.
Oh yeah.
And they have a huge way of managing their stocks. It's absolutely wonderful to see how they manage their stocks. Okay, they do actually just in time and lean production. They use as well lean production, and they are famous, really famous in management books just about that. Okay, and even the way they cheap their products. Actually, they make it like fit in boxes to be sustainable, to reduce waste, and it's inimaginable. Can you translate? It's unbelievable how they do it perfectly. So people, this is a new school. The Sweden School of IKEA is a new school. Okay, so level of stock or better manage their stocks or level of stocks. Okay, by using what? Using what?
No.
There is time in it. So by using?
Just in time.
Exactly. Okay.
Sorry, excuse me. I need to go get something to clear my head. I can't keep a train of thought.
Are you having a headache?
My head's just going.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. Go. Just in time. Is he coming back or?
I think he will.
Hmm?
He's left his stuff here. So
Okay.
he will.
So, shall we wait for him? It's better if we wait for him. Okay. And let's go again. I'm sorry for the minutes. Okay. So, and lean production actually, if we say efficiency and productivity, it means something really important. Cutting costs, we said that. We said some cutting costs, yes. You rise the quality, exactly. If you don't miss any product, any unit, okay, of your production, and you do it perfectly. So you learn from your experience and you rise the quality, okay? And that's, I think it's the last one. Rise quality. Okay, oops, point is here. So the second question is 2A. Refer to table 1 and information online 48 to 53 and calculate the likely impact of SC profit on a decision to outsource production of ski clothings. Okay, so we do have the table, this table, and it's from 43. Okay, selecting a new, it's should production be outsourced. So, a South American manufacturer asked them to produce identical ski clothing, to produce identical ski clothing for a cost to SC of $35 per unit. So what do you think? Is it profitable or not? Considering that, okay, so Bo, what he did is to take his calculation and the cost within his company, but there is something that had not been said in this paper. £35 per unit, the whole cost, or including allocated unit fixed cost, or not? Okay, so within the company, within SC company, they do the direct material cost per unit is £12. Okay, the direct labor cost per unit is £10. But we do have allocated unit fixed cost production is £20. So, what do you think, guys? Is it profitable or not? What should we do to calculate it? So, Niels, do you have any idea? How do you think the cost of unit in SC is costing?
42.
Bravo. Okay, so cost of unit in SC is $10 plus what? Plus 12 plus 20 equal $42. Okay, everything is in dollars. Okay, but what I don't understand is it PSK, this business has offered to produce, only to produce, okay? So direct material cost per unit and direct labor. But are they including allocated unit fixed cost or not? This is what this director, operating management director, should understand, okay? Because production, they just said production, okay? Produce SC for £35, okay? What about allocated unit fixed cost of production? Are they including it or not? So let's do it in two ways. Allocated unit, fixed cost of $20. Shall we start by included? Not included. In Do you understand, guys? Scrap cost of $35. Look. Okay? It means that in here, they gave us only £35 of direct material cost unit and direct labor. What about allocated unit fixed cost? Is it included or not? We don't know. So we might calculate for both and see if it's interesting for SC to import it, to outsource from PSK or to not. Okay? Is it fine, Nils?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So it means that the allocated unit cost is $20. So within PSK, okay, PSK. Okay, so we do have $35 plus $20 equal $55. Okay, and 55 is far more than 42.
Yeah.
What we found here. Okay, so it means that there is a loss. Okay, so the profit. So the profit will fall. It will fall from how much?
So you have a profit margin of 50%?
You don't need that. Okay, because what we have, you have the unit, the cost of unit produced within SC, and you have the cost PSK and the unit of cost of production within SC. So you compare, okay? You compare between them. What you do is 55 minus 42 equal 13. Bravo. It's $13 more than SC. How much do you have? You have
500,000
unit.
Yeah.
So for one production, how much would you lose? You would lose 13 by 500,000. How much is it? 5 x 3, 15. 5 x 3, 15. 5 x 1, 5 et 1, 6.
60.
5 x 3, 15. 5 et 1, 5.
65, 6,500,000.
Voilà. Donc 6,5 millions. OK? Parfait. Millions dollars less in profit. Okay? So this is not advantageous for them to outsource their product. If you just conclude that in small, not profitable, as there is a fall of profit of 6,5 millions de dollars, okay, to outsource to PSK. This is the first note. What if your head is still working?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I hate that. Okay. In the case this is not included, okay, it means that they take all the costs in £35. So in case allocated unit cost is not included. No, is included.
Then they have 3.5 million in extra profit.
Exactly. Included in $35. So 42 is far more than 35, and the difference. So there is a rise in profit if they do it within PSK. Okay. So how much is the profit?
3.5 million.
How did you do it? 42 moins 35 égale 42 moins 35. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42, ça fait 7, 7 fois 5, 35. Exactement. 3,5 égale 7 dollars. So 7 fois 500 000 égale 3,5 millions de dollars. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we go further in the questions. Alors, discuss whether SC should outsource production of ski clothing, profit of decision. Yeah, now we discuss. Should they outsource or not?
Well, it depends on which perspective you look at.
Très bien, exactement. Exactly that, okay? We answered before, but it's fine. If the allocated costs are comprised in the £35, they should go for it. If it's not comprised, they should just forget it. Okay, this is how you answer to this question. Okay, 3, recommend to which candidate. Oh, I love that. I love human resources. Recommend to which candidate should be selected as HR manager for the SC Asian factory. Let's go back to the annexes and see the profile of each of our candidates. It's, this one, only this one. So, Niels, first candidate. Can you read everything about the first candidate?
Candidate is 34 years old, assistant HR manager, SC factory. Asia, they have no previous employers, greatest achievement at work, preventing a strike by negotiating with trade unions, career ambition to become HR manager, description of leadership style, moving forward through participation.
Bravo. And Annabelle, please.
So the candidate B is 52. Mm-hmm. He is currently a HR manager in a medium-sized insurance company.
Yes.
He's had 3 previous employers.
Yeah.
His greatest achievement at work was introducing a hard HR strategy at current employer by cutting labour costs by 20%. Mm-hmm. His career ambition is to become CEO of a major business. Uh-huh. And his description of leadership style is yet fair.
So, which one would you like to take for Asia? Let's go. You are the CEO. You want to hire. Let's listen to Niels. What do you think? Which one would go for it?
I would go for A.
Okay, but that's not it. Okay, you need to develop.
So I would go for A, partly because they are currently their current job is assistant HR manager at SC in Asia, which means that they kind of know how they work. Plus, the candidate B is at the insurance company, which, although I'm not too an insurance company and a manufacturing company can be very different in the HR need, in the need for HR styles. So
it's really good what you said, but you just forgot something. If you said that, I would say, wow, he has a huge insight in this. candidate A is working within the company. So the company would do what? The recruitment. How is the recruitment? It's
internal.
Bravo. It's internal. So candidate A is in internal recruitment, and candidate B is
an external.
So they would first spend money, okay, to hire him, and between them, what is the difference between internal and external recruitment? Nils, you know the answer.
Yeah, internal already has a view into the company.
Exactly.
While external is introducing something.
Definitely. You see the difference between your answer and this? So you introduce that you have bigger knowledge. You say that this one is internal recruitment, so he knows already the company and all the procedure within the company, and the other one, and even the training would not take long and money. And the second is external to the company. Okay, so you develop now. Sorry, I interrupted you, but just to give you this hint.
Yeah. Also.
Is it good that he didn't have any experience from previous?
Candidate? Yeah, he doesn't have any previous experience being HR manager, but he has been assistant HR manager. But although he does not have any previous employers outside of the company, which bringing in new views to the company could be a good idea, it also keeps the views together. Plus, candidate A's career ambition is to become HR manager, which could be a great motivator in working as HR manager, while candidate B has been HR manager for a while, as it seems, and their current career ambition is CEO, so they're not actually moving forward.
Exactly. Something more, or shall we go to Annabelle and ask her point of view? So Annabelle, what do you think? Would you go? Tell me that you would go for candidate B, please.
Okay, I'll go for candidate B.
No. If you don't want candidate B, just go for A.
I would have gone for A.
Okay, but tell me why.
My choice. Because of the style of leadership, and I feel that in a manufacturing environment, it's a lot more effective to have sort of a more flexible environment, rather than with candidate B who's saying he's got a firm and they're.
Especially if they are using lean production.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, but it's
perfect.
not flexible at all. And also, I would say that the fact that with candidate A wanted to be the HR manager, that's what they wanted to do that's their aim, and they're going to be quite motivated to get into that position, and they're going to be really happy to work there. Whereas with candidate B, he or she wants to become the CEO of a major business, so that could indicate that he won't be with them for very long.
Exactly.
He might move on,
definitely.
and he might recruit again.
Voilà, bravo.
And all the costs will come with that.
Bravo. You basically said all the answers, okay? But I would say that candidate B have more experience than, I will start by that. Even though candidate B have far more experience than candidate A, but his ambition is that, and you said everything, okay? And don't forget that it's external recruitment and internal recruitment. Let's go further. Refer to table 2, calculate for 2016 return on capital employed. Okay? I completed it. So, do you know return on capital employed? Okay, there we go. Okay.
Total dividends paid over. Wait, are we calculating them?
We have to calculate them. Let's calculate them. Okay. So this is the questions. I go down. Okay, right in here. Okay. Return on capital employed is the operating profit over capital employed. And you have that on your table. So let's write that. Okay. So return on capital employed equals operating profit. Okay. Over capital employed. This is equal to?
For this table, it would be 3.5 million
Bravo.
over 58 million.
Yes. Okay, it's equal to?
0.06.
Alors, 0,6, it's 6.03%.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second question is price earnings ratio. Price earning ratio equal. Okay, I always write it like this, easy. So it's share price or price share price over profit after tax on total number of shares. So guys, it's equal to?
That would be
Share price is?
$3.30
Très bien. 3,30 over
2 million. 2.0 million.
Okay. Profit after tax, operating profit. Profit after tax is 2 million.
And then
And total number of shares?
15 million.
Bravo. Okay. Dans dollars et dollars. That's equal to?
11%.
And 4,8. Okay. Is it better like this?
Yeah.
Okay. What's happening? Are you calculating in your mind?
Yeah.
I did it when I was doing yesterday the same thing. So it's fine. Dividend yield now.
So is that the earnings per share? No, don't.
Equal?
Dividend per share over the share price.
Per share over share price. Okay. It's also equal to total dividend paid on. So it's total dividend paid on both total number of shares over share price. So this is equal, total dividend paid is?
1.5 million.
1.5. Okay, bravo. 1.5 million over number of shares?
15 million.
Bravo, 15 million over
3.3.
Très bien. $3.30. This is equal to
6.03.
No, 303. This one is everything.
Oh.
So it's equal to 3%. Okay, 303%. Okay. Now we go back to the significance of each of these those ratios. Okay. Can you define for me dividend yield? What is dividend yield?
The amount you get back from your investment in shares.
Exactly. Okay. And the other one is, what have we been saying? Yeah. Price earning ratio.
I'm not too sure.
Never been sure myself, to be honest. I'm not really good in finance, but I do like finance. Price earning ratio.
It seems like it's going to be similar. Is it like the ratio between the share price and the amount of dividends you get from that share?
Exactly. It's if you pay action for some money, the benefits per action, this is what you will, and you have the ratio of these benefits from what have been distributed, okay? From the profit, okay?
Okay.
It's what you benefit from the whole what have been set as profit, okay? And the last one is return on capital employed. Is
the amount you get back from investing.
Exactly. D'accord. Très bien. Okay, because you have the capital employed and you have the operating profit. It's what you have, the percentage of capital employed comparing to what you have put as, no, it's the inverse. It's what you have as profit comparing what you invested. Okay, it's the ratio between them. That's it. So, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Look, what I do is always to look at the formula and to compare. Oh, it means that capital and operating profit, it means that they are just comparing the capital, the profit, considering the capital they invested. That's it, okay? And the second one, price earning ratio, is what you earn considering the ratio of the dividend, okay? What have been done for given for the shareholders, okay? And the last one, the dividend yield, is what the share, you compare the share price with the dividend that have been given to the shareholders. That's it, okay? You just take the simplest formula and you compare between them. That's it. Okay, so assess the usefulness of the result from 4A and the data in table 2 to SC shareholders. Can you assess something with those numbers? I would say that this one, okay, the price earning ratio is 24.8, and if you go online and see, you see the price earning ratio of some company, they are all around those ratios. They are either 22, 24, and we call that the PER 500. I don't know why, but if you go and see the stocks and the PER of companies, they are all around those numbers. They are fluctuating because the price, the share price are fluctuating, but the PER is always, even if it's fluctuating, but it's fluctuating in time. So you can, this is a hint for you. You can comparing to last year, the previous year, 10 years before, and you can see the evolution of this company within the market. So with those ratios, what can you say to the shareholders?
That they're getting
What do you think?
a reasonable benefit from the profit that the business is making.
Are you sure?
Sure.
No, it's not. I'm just asking. Don't worry. You can.
The reason I'm saying that is because you mentioned that they were like, that's quite similar to what a lot
Yes,
of the
but even if it's similar to what had been said, what you can see online for the others, but if you don't have previous numbers, you can't say anything. You have to compare. Okay, this ratios to previous year. Did it rise? Did it fall? Are they doing better? Are they losing money? And you have a nice indication in here. They said that the CEO, the previous CEO, what did he do? It was here. Where have we seen that the CEO was cheating within numbers?
that
was
and he left and just left and oh God, where have we seen that? Okay.
The finance director tried to boost recorded profits by
Where have you
changing
read
on page 3.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Intangible assets and recording revenue from sales before contracts.
Before contract have been signed, okay? It means that sometimes CEOs, what they do, there is a lot of CEOs that just don't, they boost it.
Yeah.
Do you say they boost numbers before paying taxes? They show that they did really well before. For example, paying employees, paying taxes, they show false numbers to just show the shareholders that they have been doing well, because CEOs are always paid according to the profit. So, for example, 1% of the profit. So they are boosting the profit to have a lot of money, and they would go. Okay, so he was just boosting records profit by changing depreciation methods. Okay, for example, he didn't sign a contract, and he said that the profit was high. For example, he didn't pay what he meant to pay. Okay, and then that would reduce the profit, of course, but didn't mention everything. So it means that he was boosting numbers and cheating. So actually, you can't know the right numbers if you don't compare them to what have been done previously. Okay, so those numbers say nothing actually. Okay, if you don't compare them to others. Okay, you can guess, but there is nothing. You can even say that it's really low. 3%, it's really low, okay? You have dividend per share and share price. It's 3%. Okay, the ratio is quite low. And even this one is quite good, but you can't say if you don't compare it to other number, okay? And this is 6%, it's almost nothing, okay? So let's go further. Recommend a suitable marketing plan for the new range of clothing made from Weartex. What would you do if you had this fabric, this wonderful fabric? Okay, if it was to be launched in your own country, justify your recommendation. Okay, you are from Sweden. Tell me what you would do in Sweden. You have Weartex, and those Weartex are amazingly light. They protect you from windproof, they protect you from water, and they are breathable, so you don't sweat you can wear them either in summer or winter. And Your country is cold in winter and warm in summer?
Kind of.
Kind of, okay. You're lucky. So, so what would you do for your marketing strategy? In Sweden, don't remember, your country.
Oh.
Did they say that the years are, they said that they are targeting which market segment?
No, they also the market segment in
Let's do that. Let's do it by ourselves. We don't have a board. Would you like to?
we can use Windows.
We can use that.
Okay.
And you are going to write in here.
Oh no.
That's all yours.
Yeah.
Okay? So you do whatever you want, okay? You segment your market, you do a strategy, everything, okay? That's right. What do you think?
So
First of all, you need what?
the product.
Yes, the product. Okay, product is set. Okay,
Yeah.
it's it's what? It's just sportwear. Then
So the 4-piece price.
okay, price, product, place, and the most important thing, promotion.
All right.
Okay. Perfect. I would say as well, before doing that, you need to define your market segment. Okay. Very well. So those are
jackets and sportswear.
Sportswear. Who are more keen for sports?
Age groups between well, teenagers and
teenagers. Teenagers are always dancing, are doing, always. Do you think that they would buy a sportwear to go and run?
Yes.
Yes. Do you?
I buy sportswear when I go to the gym.
You go to the gym. How old are you?
18. Teenager.
Great. When did you start to? You need to research your market. When did you start to practice sport? Honestly.
10, 9, somewhere around there.
Seriously?
Mm.
And you, Annabelle?
I don't.
Honestly, you are kind of your gender, okay? But basically, you would say from 17.
17?
Okay? Yeah, 17.
I disagree with this.
Okay, so do whatever you want. Define your market segment.
Market segment, I would say for, between 14 and 28.
35. They are keen to lose their belly because they are reaching 40 and they are scared of this middle age. And 55, they want to be fit and to still be young within their companies. And 60, their doctors ask them to make some exercise to keep healthy.
Okay.
So you have.
Yeah.
You said to me that they start quite young. I was wrong. So actually, you can target
the entire age group.
Yeah, there is no niche. There is a large segment market segment. Okay. Okay. So, bravo, no niche. So now the price. What do you think? What would help?
Okay, so first, it's a new type of material, right?
Okay.
It is all age groups. it is most likely to be bought by active.
I would like a diagram here.
What type of diagram?
And a diagram between price and product, for example. And you compare the last product and the new product. Have you heard about blue ocean? A blue ocean strategy? Okay, you create your own strategy. Go ahead. I will tell you about it later.
Okay.
You are going with the graph. You are going to situate your price. Okay.
Okay.
So you have price and you have product.
So the higher the price.
Is it price elastic? Is it inelastic? It's up to you to tell me if it's price elastic, it's price inelastic. You've learned that. Tell me, what do you think about it?
I think it's quite.
It's a new material. What did we say about it? You can help him.
Yeah, please help me out about.
I would say that it's a new, because it's a new material and they've got the patterns, don't they?
Yes, you've got the pattern. Exactly.
Yeah, and all manufacturing rights. No one else is going to be selling it, so you'll be like the only producer of that. So it, like, you could control the price. You'd be like a monopoly, really, on that market. So you can put the price wherever you want.
But are you going to make it expensive, or are you going to target a certain category of people, or are you going to make it cheap so everyone would access it and access to it, but there is almost no profit if you don't do mass production?
Yeah, it depends.
So those are all your strategies to think about.
I would think because it's a new product and it's patented by the company, they can make it quite expensive, but they can't make it too expensive because then there's still other clothing lines that still offer quite a similar product.
Because you still have competitors.
Yeah, you always have a competitor no matter what. It doesn't mean that they're not using the same material, but they're still offering kind of a similar product. So they can't have a too high price. But if it's a really high quality product, which is what they made it seem out to be, they can make the price a lot higher.
So what do you think? Is it price elastic or price inelastic? Annabelle, help him please. Why?
Because there's competitors and there's like other places, there's like substitutes for this good.
This is a pattern.
A pattern?
Yeah, patent.
Oh.
They have the patent and they are the only one to produce it. And it's light, so really lightweighted.
I don't want to go too much into economics, but I would say possibly that it's more like cross, like it's got a more elastic cross elasticity.
Rather than inelastic?
Rather than price elasticity. So that
why?
Because I feel like if the price gets too high of this good, their consumers are going to be more likely to switch to using another good.
Bravo. Okay. So if it's too high, they would go switch for something less expensive, and they can afford. Yeah. So is it elastic or inelastic?
Elastic. Elastic.
Elastic or inelastic?
I think it's inelastic to a certain degree.
It's inelastic in a certain degree. Okay. Here's why. Because you have to choose the right price. So you have to do a market research and test people if they would. Are you going to buy this product for this price? You have to do a market research. You can't, absolutely can't. Okay, you have to consider your cost of production and fixed costs and variable costs, and then you are going to define your marge bénéficiaire.
Like the market that you
margin, benefit margin. marge bénéficiaire. Do we say that in English?
Oh, the margin of safety.
Oh God. Profit margin. The profit margin, you are going to calculate it considering your target, okay? Are you considering to take, for example, people who are able to offer that, so you would go for a niche, or people who mass customization, and then you are going to do it less expensive. So you can't say anything except if you do a market research, okay? And you consider the price. So let's go. So no niche, or maybe a niche. You consider the, okay? If you do it for just for higher wages, so you're going to do it expensive like Nike. They are not doing something like Primark, but in they do something with quality, but they are more expensive than Primark, more expensive than Next, more expensive than Clarks. Okay. You would buy Clarks with a pair of Clarks with £50, but a pair of Nike with 120. It's more than the double. Okay, so you have to consider which market you are going to expose. Like you have focus group, you have interviews, you have observation. You can approach people and make them try this product and how much they would like to pay for it. So this is your strategy. Now we talked about price, product. Annabelle?
Like whether you're gonna, would it be like whether you're gonna do like your product orientation, your market orientation according to your product?
Yes, for example.
So what needs and wants it is.
Like you can do it for gender, you can do it by age, you can customize it, you can do flashy colors, you can do more sober colors. It's up to you to define your product, to target your customers, okay, with those products. Sometimes people want to look flashy in within the clubs, the sport club. And sometimes they would like to be more sober, with sober colors. Okay, so you customize. Okay, let's go for place. Where are you going to sell it?
Probably.
Let's see. Where do they sell their products? No, not yet. Not yet. In here, they sell their product in market, I think.
Yeah, in supermarkets.
In supermarkets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to. Which one would you prefer, to sell it online or in markets?
I would
rather
say,
than in shops.
I would say that they should sell it online because it's a higher quality brand, and if they sell it in supermarkets, it seems very.
Definitely that, okay? You are valuing your brand. You give it some more value, okay? So you have to, no, I'm not saying that because that would give you a hint, okay? If you sell it in markets, you are devaluating it, okay? You are not giving it a value. So if you sell it online, it means that this is something, you can't find it in the market. And you know, sometimes the power of words, like de bouche à oreille. Comment on dit, de bouche à oreille?
Like word of mouth.
Word of mouth. Bravo, ma chérie. Word of mouth sometimes spread more than if you put your product in the market, and people, your generation Z is quite keen on IT. Okay, for example, I would sell the sportwear for your age online, and for the 40 and in catalogs. Okay, I would send them. Okay, I would consider which niche market and which segment market I would go for and propose to. This is for the place. Okay, so you can develop that in more fluent and eloquent words than mine. Okay, I'm lacking words. Okay, so this is place.
Mm-hmm.
What about promotion? I like that. Okay.
So then the promotion will depend on where you're selling it.
Okay, think between you and what do you think about promotion? How would you do the promotion, considering all the features of this product?
So depending on, because I'm still not sure about what type of project I keep on imagining a ski jacket, and
It's not a really
yeah.
jacket. It's, you can run
Yeah.
with it, and it's.
But I would more promote it with sports people because on TV, because our generation watches a lot of TV, though it does cost a lot of money, as you're pointing out. Or maybe just sponsoring Olympic. Yeah, still.
Okay, if I had money, I would go for I don't know, Ronaldo, and ask him to run with that, and I would put him running in big screens in high streets. But this company is like not having a lot of money actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so best promotion is
Instagram.
for example. Yes, that's really good. No, this is really good comment vous appelez des médias sociaux?
Social media.
Social media. That's really good. Okay, you just put this product on every application and it costs less. Okay, you brand it within your online. Okay, and you give it value. How?
Because you're creating an image. Like
you create an image, exactly. How are you going to create an image considering this?
So through the social media side of it, if you have like the sort of thing, so like from my experience with social media for businesses, I realized that like the sort of things that you post will affect a lot of the type of people that you attract.
Definitely, yes, definitely.
So
it would.
Yeah.
What else? For example, you create a story.
Yeah.
Okay. You create a story with different episodes. Your product is the star of these episodes. Okay. How, for example, one who was not keen of doing sports, started to do sports, lost weight, and a nice story actually. Okay. And you start to develop it. What do you think? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think it does, but
Have you ever met that online in social media or not?
Those types of stories, not really. I'm trying to think of the ads that I see on social media. I think it's mostly just what do you see on social media?
I was thinking like CLC. But you know the 100 Days of CLC thing, that was sort of like a story that we did. And so we did a social media campaign here, and it was like giving people an insight into what's it like to be at this college. So that's a sort of story.
For example, okay, you film people, you give, for example, you do a promotion. If you answer those questions to our, how can I say that? Our survey, you test people. You give them, you want to know your budget, you know the price, you know, you want to make like a strategy, you need numbers, and you give those things to people who are answering the most accurately. So how do? You are promoting this product, okay? You are giving it to people who are just answering the most to your questionnaires. For example, and people would know from the beginning your brand and start to go for it. And the word of mouth is really, really good sometimes, okay? especially that they don't have money, because you need to fix your budget. You need to know how much is your budget for your promotion. Okay, so if we resume, what do you need to do for your strategic marketing strategy?
So you do market research.
Market
To
research.
find out what's out there. Figure out your market.
Okay,
You're
you're
selling to.
bravo.
Where you want to sell. So in our case, we said online. And then how you going to sell it.
So we need also to define your competitors, the product, your competitors' product. Do they have better, similar, the price? Are we competing against them? Are we better than them? Are we adding a value to our product? Are we selling it more expensive? Okay, you need to know that also. What else? Now, you set your target, you set where you are going to sell it, your place, price, and your product. You set your product, and then the promotion, what you need.
Money, like a budget.
Exactly, you need to set a budget. How much do you have, and the way you are going to promote it. Perfect. Let's go further. Alors, evaluate whether the information in Appendix 3 is sufficient to allow SC Director to choose between the two strategic growth options. Countrywide, total population is rising by 4% per year, and countrywide, country X, and countrywide, average incomes are rising by 8% per year, leading to more foreign holidays. So it means that people would come from other countries. And country X is 35% of the population is under 24 years old. That's really good. And for the country Y is building and construction industry is blooming due to low interest rates. Country X, a government-owned company, has monopoly in internet service provision, and country Y, unemployment is falling. Country X import quota on imported electronic goods have been abolished, so no import quotas. Oh, the import quotas have been abolished, okay? And in country Y, import tariffs have recently been increased by the government. Country X, business property taxes on city center shops have recently increased, and country Y, the currency is appreciating against most other currencies. That means that the currency is getting balanced with others. What do you think? The question was, evaluate whether the information in Appendix 3 is sufficient to allow SC Director to choose between the two strategic growth. What do you think? Would you go for X? Would you go for Y?
I'm not sure. Like, just from this information, I would probably go for it's difficult. X, I'd probably go. Yeah.
You are hesitating. Why are you hesitating?
Because I think you need more information.
That's good.
About the political test.
Bravo! Bravo! This is what I wanted you to answer. So you need more information than that. Okay? You can't decide upon those information. They are too less. Okay? What would you do, Niels? To make a better choice.
More market research into why, seeing if there is a market for the products which the price, considering that there's a growing construction industry due to low interest rates. So I would see if there's room for expansion into country X and how their products or even their new product would fit into the different countries.
That's it?
No, but I can run out of steam.
Okay, she said, develop your personal analysis. why would you do a fiscal analysis?
Because you want to know about stability of the country, really. So politically.
Exactly, stability, exactly.
Kind of people coming in and if there's wars going on or something like that in that country. Economics, so whether what the inflation rate is doing, it's done a little bit, I think, is it?
Not much.
A little bit, but you need to know more about like what interest and then
the currency is appreciating. Building and construction industry is blooming due to low interest rates. That's good. Yes, but we still don't know much about this country, okay?
And like what the impacts that's having in that country, so what's in employment, like how much labour there is available for them.
Exactly. I like the fact that here it's 35% of the population is under 24, so they would go for sportwears. But is it stable? Economically stable? What about the competitor? Okay, because you need the 5 forces as well. Porter 5 forces. Do you know the Porter 5 forces?
Isn't it like supplier?
Exactly, this supplier of power, the power of supplier, the power of competitor, the power of barriers, the power of the one that imitators, and within your own company. This is the first force. Where is your capacity? Where is your ability to perform better than others and to create barriers for others? And maybe you go to a blue ocean, or maybe you are not really strong, and that would lower your barrier against the competitors. You will have problems with your suppliers. You will have problems with the people who are going to copy you if your patent is copied or is okay. So you need. So if we reformulate that, we need fiscal analysis. We need Porter 5 forces. We need. What you said? You said this is what you said earlier. You said that you need to consider more information about both. So you need more data. Okay, more information, more data. Okay, so more economical and data about both countries. Okay, what else?
Possibly like a
SWOT analysis, okay? Where is your core competencies? What you can develop? You are going for lean production. So what is your experience? Okay, what do you think? Nils, you are not present today.
No.
Okay, so what do you think? That would give you more?
Give you more of like a cost advantage compared to the others, so you'd be able to be more price competitive.
More information, not cost effective. Okay. More information to create a competency within your company and create a strategy that would elevate the barriers against your competitors, or maybe prepare yourself to an economical situation within X or Y, or okay. So you get prepared. So sometimes you do like scenario analysis. You know the scenario analysis?
It's like contingency planning or?
Exactly, contingency planning. Those scenarios is you either go for a panic attack, a panic situation, or a good situation, okay? And you calculate the probability of both happening, okay? So if you have a contingency situation, you would prepare for it. So so you minimize what? Bravo, ma chérie. Bravo, franchement bravo, okay? So you minimize risks, okay? If you know all the les intervenants, the problems, okay? So you will be able to stop, okay, every single problem that would occur within your company, okay? So we do a scenario analysis, contingency analysis, we do a probability analysis, we do a pestle analysis, we do, okay, this is how you, you perform to be able to face every situation that would occur within, within your strategy, okay? Let's move further. Discuss the importance of strategic analysis to SC director before considering strategic options for growth. That's the same question.
It's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, it's the same also. Evaluate whether the information of happened here. Okay, I got that. The first question, so it's to rely on data. Okay, to rely on data, but here data are not sufficient. Okay, but what would which country would you go for? Even if you need all those information, which one would you go for? I would not go for either of them. Population is rising, 35%. Government-owned company has monopoly in internet service. So what? They do have internet. Important quota on imported electronics. I'm not doing electronics. Business property taxes on city center shops have recently increased, but I'm not selling my product on internet, on shops. I'm selling them on internet. What is important for me is the internet and the population, and more about the economical situation. So country X doesn't give more information. Let's go for country Y. Average income are rising. Nice. They would be able to go to
pay more.
To pay no treat themselves. Okay, to spoil themselves. So building and construction industry is booming due to low interest rates. Building and construction, but I'm not in building and construction. But they do. Materials that are for builders, okay, protecting work clothing. Yeah. That is quite important, okay. So average income are rising by 8%, building are blooming, unemployment is falling, so there is more employee. Important tariffs have recently been increased, that the import tariff are increasing. The currency is appreciating against what other currencies. I would go for Y. Okay? In this situation, if I'm having more data and it's economically stable and there is no major competitor that have all the, okay, I would go for Y. Yes, there is a little bit more information than in country X. Okay? But still, I'm insisting on the fact that we don't have much data information. So discuss the importance of strategic analysis. Why is it important to have a strategic analysis to ST director before considering strategic options? To
understand the whole situation.
Understand the whole situation. To
minimize risks.
Minimizing risks. What else? News. Okay, I know that you have a headache. I'm sorry for that. But to
get more money.
Or not lose money. Don't do an investment that don't bring profit. Okay, because the basis of a business is to make profit. Okay, so I think that we did almost everything. Wow, we still have half an hour. Let's read here what they said about both of them. Okay. This is the question 5. Yes. Read one by one what we did for recommend a suitable marketing plan for the new range of clothing made from Vertex if it was to be launched in your country. Justify your recommendation.
So marketing plan. So a detailed report on business marketing strategy, including details of objective, budget, and marketing mix.
Bravo.
Objective needs to be a realistic existing marketing objective that has not been met.
Perhaps a realistic objective can only be established after market research has been undertaken.
Budget might need to be substantial to establish the new range of products, especially if a new brand name is used. Will this be affordable to the company that has until recently suffered from falling profits?
Product new branding might be essential if an upmarket image is sought. Existing clothing seems to be low-mid prices, and this would suggest a new brand would be needed to effectively differentiate.
Price might need to be much higher than existing leisure clothing prices to fit in with higher status brand. Again, market research essential.
It's really essential, okay? For the promotion.
Promotion needs to be effective well targeted. New higher income market segments being targeted. How will new brand image be projected? Use of social media to cut down the costs of mass advertising.
Bravo.
Place selling through supermarkets might not be wise. Low market image. Specialists, leisure sports clothing shops will they expect a higher profit margin than supermarkets? Online selling, but does SC have an established online presence?
Processing.
Then a reference to your own country's market and selling conditions.
So the evaluation is to a differentiation will be the key.
Differentiation will be the key. Answer may be evaluated in terms of candidate's own country and or in context.
This is why I asked you, each one should consider his own country. If it's too hot, like in Africa, I'm not taking that, I'm sorry, but I would just get just a t-shirt and that will be fine, okay, to run. A new brand probably?
A new brand product, probably the most essential factor.
Yeah.
All elements of the mix will need to be coordinated towards achieving a realistic marketing objective.
Okay, but so that's all what we said earlier. It's nothing much have been said about 6 and 7. Okay. For evaluate whether the information in Appendix 3 is sufficient or not. The evaluation only limited data provided, example, inflation, competitors in Y, and so it's not enough, okay? Important for use in past analysis, but how up to date is it? Means that even if you do have information, are they updated? Because you need the last numbers and not, for example, 10 years ago, and they might be online, but you don't need them. You need to go by yourself and look for the data. That would be the most effective way of researching the market. Because if you rely on someone else, or for example, a marketing company that would provide you with numbers, they might just lie on the numbers, just not to do the work. So you need to send someone to prospect and to spy on the market and the competitors, to go there and to know. As a CEO, I would do that. I won't hire a company to do that for me. I would do it myself, okay, within my company. And insufficient to take in such an important decision. Detailed market research need to, especially for selling in wine. Yes, it's an option to sell in wine, but you have to have more information, okay? Different customer taste in wine, maybe, we don't know, so you have to research the market, okay? The last one, this is what we said before. Oh yes, Boston Matrix, Protect 5 Forces. Those are the most effective way of testing if your market you are investing in is good enough or not. Otherwise, you will just, like we say in French, te casser les dents. How do you say that?
Breaking
your teeth. Okay. If you go on a market you don't know, if you want to go in a market, you have first to know your target, the taste of your target. How do you know the taste of your target?
You try it.
You observe them. You ask questions, interviews. You take a focus group, and you ask them questions. This is the best way of knowing your segments. You go outside. You need to go outside to look at the market and to taste everyone. I would go to schools first and taste the youngest like you, okay, the youngster like you, and then I would go to universities and taste the people. I would go as well on clubs in the night and try to test people how they are wearing things, and I would go to clubs of sport clubs to see how they are wearing, take pictures, okay? Not faces, of course, because they are prohibited, but take or maybe just draw or take notes, okay? I would I would collect, for example, from places and send, I would go, for example, for a club of sport and ask the person who is there to give two set of sports, and in exchange they would give me the addresses or the email of the customers. I can send them a survey. Okay, I would do that, like an exchange of services, just to know better my market, and then I would invest my market. And how I would invest my market, I would know my budget. I would know which price I would go for it, because I've already asked the people how much it would cost for this price. How much would you pay for this? This is as good as which brand do you like? Okay, this is better than this. Which brand do you like the most? Which one do you value the most? How much are you going to pay for vous êtes prêt à payer combien? Comment tu dirais cela?
You're like ready to pay how much?
Exactly, already to pay how much for this product, okay? So just to test the ability and how much they are going to pay for. Combien vous achetez 2 fois pendant l'année? How many times do you buy those fits during the year? Are you keeping them for 1 year, for 2 years? You buy 2 fits per year. You need to know that as well, okay? To not produce much and just produce just in time, okay? So you need maybe to produce for this season, because it might be seasonal, okay? You need to consider how many people would go for your fits. Don't go over, because otherwise you will be left with stock. Okay, you have to consider that as well. Promoting, how are you going to promote it? Where are you going to sell it? Your competitor. What is the strategy of your competitor? Can you go and spy on your competitor? Can you send someone? It's not ethical, but I would do it. Okay, can you send someone to your competitor and see if they are producing something similar or not in their research and development departments? Are they approaching mine? How much they are going to? I would pay someone to just give me this information. Don't say it to anyone, but I would do it. Okay? Are they just to give me? I would give him £1,000 and he would give me all the intel just to know. I need to know everything. Okay, how you penetrate the market, how you elevate the barriers against your competitor. Is my suppliers? Do I need? It's a patent. Actually, they are producing it, so they might not need any suppliers. So they just get rid of one problem, of one barrier. Okay, is it is it easy to imitate my product or not? So this is how you have to think like a CEO. Okay. Any question? Are you sure? Okay. I think we are done. Okay. Let's stop podcasting. Okay. Close.